Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, great people.
Good evening, great people. This is another time to share a wonderful time with you guys. It's the Intimacy Builder Show. And with me in the studio is
Chidi Akunna.
Chidi Akunna, my one and only heartthrob, Popolina.
What did you just call me?
Okay, I know you don't want to go into all that. Okay, I hope you guys had a nice day today. We have something quite interesting we'd like to share with you today. Why do people walk out of their marriages? Why do people walk out of their, abandon their children, abandon their wives? Some people leave after 15 years. Some people leave after 10 years. Some people leave after 25 years. What happened? All right, you don't just build something of value and just throw it away. Why do people throw it away just like that? What happened? So that's part of what we'll be exploring today. All right, so how this is going to work. If you have any question, please post them in the comment section below. We'll do well to answer you and address all your questions as we move on. So we'll be going for a brief break, and when we come back, we'll go straight on into the program.
See you in a bit.
Okay, we are back. All right, straight on today, we'll be discussing why do people walk away from their marriages? Why do people walk away from their marriages? Let me start by asking you, why do people walk away from their marriages?
Well, a lot of reasons. It depends. Some people will say, I just couldn't stand the nastiness of my spouse. He or she just became so nasty, I couldn't take it anymore.
Go on.
And some will tell you it was like a build-up of issues. Okay, it was one thing after the other and the other. It could start from little things, finance, and then he did this, she did that, and it just got me up to there on my throat. I couldn't take it anymore.
For some people, they get distracted by somebody else who is offering them something that looks like it. All right, they get distracted along the way, and then they just, someone who sweeps them off their feet, and then you forget all the investment, all the sacrifices that someone has made with you over the period of time.
What that suggests is that the other stops wowing the spouse.
That's another.
You're looking at it in another perspective. Not a good excuse, but yes.
Yeah, there are a number of reasons people give that say, that made me, Sometimes people just get to that point where maybe there was a big issue and they did just know how to handle it. Like the story we heard the other day of a man that just committed suicide, here in the UK. I don't know what he was going through. His wife never knew. He just took his own life.
Came as a shock to the family.
To the family, to everyone, to his friends. That's another way of walking away.
I was going to say
away
that.
From the marriage. Yeah. All right. There are many ways where people just step out and just say, you know what, I can't handle this. Some people, there are different reasons. Some people, sometimes they have a child, they don't know what to do. I know of I've heard stories of people who they had another baby and they just say, you know what, this woman, I've
not
told
again.
I've told you many times, I can't handle another baby. And then the woman took in again by the one we call get crashing by mistake.
Did she take in on her own?
Well, that's a good question, but so the general belief, the general attitude is whoever walks away is an irresponsible person, but it's not always nice to quickly give past judgments.
Yes.
We need to look at the situations case by case to be able to understand the different things that may have led people to walking away. What about relationship? Do people walk away in a relationship as well? Besides marriage?
Of course. Probably the other person stops doing something he or she used to do. Yes, there are things we might consider fickle. You'll be like, why would she just stop want to stop the relationship because he stopped maybe being really nice, opening the doors, holding the doors and all that. But that could be a sign to her. Oh, okay, probably when you were excited about me at the start of the relationship, you were okay to do these things. And then we've reached the point in the relationship where probably the feelings have dissipated. So you're beginning to, your true self is beginning to show. So yeah, people do.
Exactly. I know of I remember many years ago when I was in the uni, someone was engaged to be married to a lady.
Yeah.
This was back in Africa. Someone was engaged to be married to this lady, and then this other guy just came around. That was about the time that GSM just came newly in Nigeria, in the country.
Yes, mobile phones.
Well, mobile phone. I'm sorry for using this example. It's a little old, but it kind of came. It kind of flashed in my mind at the moment. And this guy just came along and just promised this lady heaven and earth, and then bought her a phone. Then the mobile line was about 25,000 naira. All right. Bought her a phone, she was like, wow, and she just free away this other relationship that this guy had been courting her for years. People know them. And then she went on and married this other guy. She got distracted and she just free away. All right. Sometimes you hear stories as well of men or women who have invested in the lives of a person, planning to marry them. Until somebody else comes along, or she graduates from the university and just suddenly find out that this guy is no longer my level.
Yes, status has changed.
So sometimes because of social status, people walk away from a relationship and they try to try something new. Sometimes people want to experience some fantasy, some childhood fantasy that they have at the back of their head. This one happens to married people, fairy tales. They just feel that, oh, this marriage is too normal, and I want something different. I want something unique. I want to experience, something, and they just abandon the kids, abandon them, and just walk away from the relationship. So, the question is now, what are the warning signs? What do you look out for? Because nothing just happens.
Yes.
A bridge cannot just collapse. There must be cracks somewhere.
Very true.
Unless it was blasted by maybe like dynamite. But I'm talking about things don't just collapse. It's a gradual wear and tear over a period of time, and then something just happens.
So you're trying to say that even when people claim, oh, it came as a shock.
Yeah.
It's not. It shouldn't really be a shock.
It shouldn't be.
There were signs.
That would be signs.
You probably didn't expect it to get to that point.
Exactly. Yeah, there were signs. All right, so those are some of the things that makes people walk away, and so we'll be looking at some of the signs. It's not an exclusive list, but these are some of the signs that you need to look out for. That when you begin to see some of these signs, you need to begin to say, hey, excuse me, let's talk. What's happening here? Don't let things get to that point where they become irreconcilable. They become you cross that line. That's a line, a threshold. Now, I need to sound a note of warning, or maybe the right word would be a way of encouraging us. Let's not get to that point where you feel that, we're 10 years in marriage, or we're 8 years in marriage, or we're 25 years in marriage. This can never happen to me. All right?
These are for young people.
These are for young people. If there's anything I've learned in life, is that when we become overconfident, we become pompous and arrogant. And there is a saying that you cannot teach an old dog a new trick.
Yeah.
Why? Not because the dog cannot change, but because the dog refused to learn. That's another perspective.
A good one. Yes.
Because the dog refuses to. There is very little you can't pour water to a cup that is already full. You can't teach someone something that feels that they've arrived. There is this cocky attitude. There's this energy that they portray to you, make you feel like you are invading. So,
so it's more like having the disposition to learn, disposition to be flexible, disposition to be teachable.
Exactly, that's the right word. Disposition to be teachable. Someone said something a while ago, and it's like a quote that kind of struck a chord. Struck a chord for me when I heard it for the first time. He said something. He said, "The illiterates of today and of the future will not be those who cannot read and write, but it will be those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. The illiterate of today and of the future are no longer those who cannot read and write English.
Yeah.
They are those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. The reason being that the rates at which new knowledge, we are breaking frontiers of new knowledge, is advancing at a very fast pace. Bill Gates wrote a book many years ago, Business at the Speed of Thought, and he was expressing in that book, he said, businesses of the future is going to be businesses that can execute. And the same thing happens in any aspect of life. The moment you blink, you close your eyes, someone will overtake you in your area in your sphere of influence. So let's bring this down to relationship and to marriage. All right, let's not get to that point where you feel that I have arrived, I can't learn a new way of communicating with my spouse, because your spouse will keep on evolving. The moment there's a new change in their lives, they will adjust to that change. You have to adjust as well, because marriage is like a dance. You move step, she moves back, she moves forward, you move back. It's like a dance, and you keep on interacting like that, and that's how things keep on moving. Don't expect that your wife is still going to be that same woman you married some years ago. Don't expect your man to still be that same man. Learn a new way of what are his present interests. How can I adjust? How can I, align myself with this person? John Wooden said, "It is what you know after you know it all that counts."
Yes,
it's what you know
so
after
we keep
you know it
knowing.
all. All right, so we'll be going on another short break. By the time we come back, we'll start the first point that can lead to one of the first signs that we need to observe. Okay, welcome back, guys.
You're welcome.
I hope you're having a nice time. Okay, the first sign that we need to look out for is to ask yourself, when was the last time you played together with your spouse? When was the last time you played together? Maybe at the beginning of your marriage or your relationship, you guys were really close, you were really playing together, you laugh at the same jokes, you enjoy the same movies, you had a number of things to share, you looked forward to talking. But when was the last time you really laughed? When was the last time you really laughed?
Someone was saying something to his wife, and it was like, I think we need to stop being friends. Let's just be husband and wife. What that simply means is this thing has degenerated to the point where we stop playing, okay? Those ticklish thing, girly, boyish thing would need to be chucked somewhere, and then we'll be serious, man and wife.
Exactly.
Whatever that meant, but yes. So playing, I don't see it as being childish, but it's okay to be childish in marriage.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
It brings out a part of you never even realized was there. Okay, and it's an opportunity to explore some another level
exactly
in your relationship.
One of the worst things in a relationship, particularly an intimate relationship, is to be in a relationship with someone whose presence you don't enjoy. You are so uptight. You can't laugh because you can laugh and then they'll be put off. You can't watch something you want to watch. You come around, you're walking like on eggshells.
Yes.
You know, some of us had parents that were like this. The moment they are in that mood, everywhere in the house is shaking. All right.
To be fair, some spouses get to this point when they are stressed. And they're unable to manage the stress. It's more like they're imploding. Okay, but it's a sign. This is where you need to discuss, you need to talk. What can we do to get us through this point? Yes, I can't be patient with you because you're going through, a lot at the moment. But there should be an understanding between us that it's just for a while, and I'll be having my spouse back in a short time.
Yeah, so the key point is we must be able to discuss, acknowledge that this is happening.
Yes.
And what can we do over a period of time? But anytime you notice that you don't laugh anymore, you don't have fun together anymore, you don't enjoy each other's company, it's a serious warning sign. Don't just wait thinking that, oh, let's just wait, something will get better, let's switch it away. No. Address it immediately.
Yeah.
It's important that you laughter and humor. One of our videos we posted in our intimacy diet is using humor to connect.
Yes.
Humor helps you to connect.
Yes. And there are things, I mean, you get away with humor.
Exactly.
Something serious probably happening, and you just decide to laugh about it, and it douses the effect it would have had on the marriage.
Humor is a very powerful tool. Okay, the next thing we like to point out is when you stop sharing your dreams together.
Yes, that's another point.
It's a very, very, very powerful point. Now, let me explain why that is powerful. One of the advantages of being a married couple or being married is that you are able to leverage on the power of synergy.
Yes.
What's synergy? Synergy is when 1 + 1 equals or greater than 2. In other words, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 5, it can be 6, depending on the individuals. Now, that means that whatever you bring together in that relationship is magnified. You are able to accomplish even much more.
Yeah.
So, when you bring your dreams together, you are able to synergize your dream. You're able to synergize a number of things. What you are able to accomplish will be what we call geometric progression. That will be a massive increment. Now, when you stop sharing your dreams, that means you stop sharing something that makes you come alive. Something that makes your voice sound animated. Something that makes you look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah.
And when so what often happens is that couples begin to live apart. Why? Because if you're not sharing your dreams, that means your spouse is not part of that dream, and that means they're not a part of your future, because your dream is a representation of your future.
That's true.
So that's why it's so practical, it's so powerful for you to get to that point where you share, okay, this is what I'm looking at, this is where we are going as a family, this is how your career is going to fit into it, this is what we are doing. You are constantly rubbing minds together, you are building your dreams together, The dream of the family is a vehicle that will convey you to your destination. So when you begin to run individual agendas, you begin to do what we call a parallel vision.
Yeah.
All right, people begin to run on different lanes. They don't intertwine unless maybe issue of children or anything, or they are in the relationship just because of the children, or they are in it because of their parents, or because of their church, because of their leadership position in the community. Those kind of cords are good, but they're not strong enough to hold a marriage over a period of time.
The family is a unit.
It's a unit. Good.
Unit. So it's not just okay for you to be in your own world and just enjoy your dreams in your own world. You bring it into the unit, and we talk about it and see how we can merge it into our plans. Now, what would you say about sharing your dreams with others? Now, we talked about distraction earlier, right? The bit of sharing your dreams. It's okay to share your dreams with others.
Yeah, it's
but
okay.
at the expense of your marriage.
Oh no. Well, you don't. If you say at the expense of your marriage, then it becomes a negative thing. Nobody else. Well, this is my belief. This is my opinion, anyway. No one outside my wife should know more about my dream than anybody, unless maybe the person is going to be a part of it at different times. But that will lead us to the next point where we are going to be discussing, which is about. Want to say something?
No,
which is about trust.
Yes. Now, I brought up that issue because there are women who tell you, I know nothing about what he's doing. Do you understand? Some things come as a shock to them. Oh, he's made this, he's purchased this, and they're shocked. Oh, really? Why have you done that? No response. Okay, so that's why I threw that question in, so we can deal with that.
Yeah, that's sometimes people do that because they marry the spouse that talks too much. If you are in an industry where you are maybe a security officer, let's say I work in the FBI, for example, there are classified information I can't divulge because I want to protect my wife. Or I married a woman that has a number of friends, and the moment she gets there, oh, do you know my husband? Do you know he's going to Sudan? Do you know what kind of thing? He will endanger the man.
Yeah.
So if that is the kind of situation, it's okay for the man to, draw a boundary because of the sensitivity of the position he holds. But what we're talking here is about the family on its own. All right, the dreams about the family, where the family is going. So So another reason is that some people also say, you know what? The moment they discuss with their spouses, the next thing their parents, the spouse's parents are hearing it and they are, calling in. Why are you spending money? It can be embarrassing for a man.
Yeah.
Or it can be embarrassing for a woman, depending on who is doing it. So there are different dynamics. That's why we can only speak generally on a general platform here. But when we have an opportunity to, have one-on-one interaction with people, we are able to understand and to be more, give an advice that is more suitable. Diagnosis. Thank you so much for that. So the next sign that we need to watch out for is when people stop trusting, when the level of suspicion skyrocket or escalates.
Yeah.
All right, because there's very little transparency. Like you said in the other question you asked me, people don't know what the other person is doing. They're just doing their own thing. Then you're no longer soulmates. You become roommates.
Yeah.
Roommate in the sense that you are in the same physical space, but you're not in the same emotional space. You are not in the same emotional space. You are not connected emotionally. You're just like, yeah. Every little thing leads to arguments that never get resolved. Blame game. You did this, you did that. I did this because you did this. Okay, because you did it, that's why you do that. Are you not supposed to do? And then we go back and forth. All right, so transparency. We have a principle in our marriage that we are open on the issue of finance. We are open on the issue of where we are at, what we're doing. It helps us to be accountable. It helps us to live an open life. My wife knows all my password to all my emails, everything I'm doing. It was a commitment we made before we got married, not because something happened. It was a commitment we made during our courtship to each other that, okay, we're going to lead. One of our values in our family is going to be transparency. And this is what it means to us. Being open about, if I'm not happy with you, I'll be open about it. And don't shame me that I'm open about it. If I feel that I'm in a terrible place and I can't pull my weight, I'll be open to you about it. Don't use my weakness against me in the future. That'll be violating that trust.
And it saves you a lot of trouble in the future.
It saves you a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and a lot of headache as well.
Exactly. So that's do we have one more point?
Yeah, we need to take the last one very quickly.
Point. Okay, go on.
We're almost up for time. Working as a team.
That's powerful.
When you stop working as a team, then you know something is up here. It's more like living individual lives.
Yes.
And like I was saying earlier, it's a unit. You're coming together to build something together. So when you start going alone, it's a sign something is up. Exactly.
It's kind of a follow-up from other point that we mentioned. All right. So when you stop working as a team, it's a sign that it's in an advanced stage of mental separation.
And it's very easy to work out.
Very easy.
When you get to that point.
I have a friend, she's from the Caribbean. I just want to protect her identity. She's from the Caribbean. She's just a friend. We were talking on my last trip. And I got to find out something. And I said to myself, that one of the things that caused an issue in the relationship of this person was because they stopped working as a team. The man went off, had his own friends. They were living, separate things. She had her own friends, which is fine, But what happened was that they started growing apart. Those two camp of friends, they had very dissimilar values. And so people were running off doing their own thing. These men were running off doing their own thing. At the end of the day, when values is who you are, your value is who you are. That is who you bring into the relationship. So when you interact with some certain people, your values begin to change.
They rub off on you.
They rub off on you. And when they rub off on you, you now bring it to your own domain. And what happens? There will be conflict because this person is saying, hey, who is this woman? Who is this man? This is different. The same person bodily wise, but different in terms of attitude. Who is this person? This is a stranger. And I didn't get married to this person. Conflict begins.
Yeah.
You see. So these are some of the signs that we need to watch out for. These are some of the signs we need to watch out for. And let's not wait for things to get out of hand before we begin to seek help. So at this juncture, we'd like to offer you a free intimacy builder diagnosis. All right. If you're a single person, if you're a married person, and you don't really understand what is going on in your marriage, not that you are having a big massive issues, but there are some, it's no longer as spicy, as interesting as it used to be. You want to find out what is the issue, and what can I do to fix it. All right, give us inbox us, and then we'll get in touch with us as regarding how to enroll for this intimacy. It's just a 30 minutes intervention, and we'll be able to tell you these are the issues and this is what you need to do about it. If you want us to work with you on that, we'll be glad to do that with you. All right, so that is what we have to share with you today. I hope you learned one or two things. All right, marriage is such a critical and a crucial fabric of the society. It's the fundamental, institution of this society. All right, so that's why we are invested. We want your marriage to succeed.
Yeah.
And our goal is that at the end of the day, when your marriage is successful, you become an informal mentor, someone that you know that this is what you do for a living. It, just by the virtue of the people seeing your life, seeing how you run your home, seeing how you interact with your husband, people will come and seek your advice, because a lot of people are confused about relationships. So that is our goal, that you not just improve your own marriage, your relationships, you be a light, you be a role model to other people. That's what we hope to be.
Yes. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining
us. A
us.
couple of people came on in the course of the talk.
Emanuela, Chiamaka,
Adewara,
yes,
Olayomi,
yes,
Abrabi, Elumetro.
God bless you.
Thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you again in a short time. God bless you.
Bye bye.